it's just sheer wickedness. Because if you are telling people to endure, if you are telling people that you feel their pain, by the way, this jet is maintained more than the life of a living being, a living human being.
Wait, Dr. Digi. You mean say the jets for our federal government?
I said
the private jet, they maintain and pass.
The jet is
human
important
beings
to
for
them.
Nigerians.
The jet is important to them more than the life of you and I. You are living your life, but you expect Nigerians to sacrifice.
Welcome to Precious NUTV. As usual, it's a delight to be with you. So we don't land your domot again with some juice when it happened. So we hear that Nigerian government don't spend 19.43 billion naira. Wait for it. On what? On our presidential fleet in about 15 months. Now you may be asking what? To buy aviation fuel, to also perhaps pay for on our landing cost and all those things. For all these traveling way on a president, they travel. That is the matter. You recall that just last week the president told the ministers when he was swearing them in that we have a near collapsing economy. But when they spend this kind of money, 19.43 billion naira. Don't forget that 43 is about 430 something million naira on top for just presidential flights alone. Well, I beg, Dr. Deji here with me, Ojari. Dr. Deji, good morning. Yeah, thank you for joining me, Dr. Deji.
Well, thanks for having me.
All right, so let's get straight to this conversation.
Well,
19.43 million naira on presidential fleets. Not that it is unbecoming of any leader in the world, but considering the peculiarity of the present Nigerian situation and the economy of the present administration, really.
Well, for me, it is wickedness in the true sense of it, and thank God I'm not on public radio. See, it's just sheer wickedness. Because if you are telling people to endure, if you are telling people that you feel their pain, by the way, has any of those planes been sold? Because T-Pain just bought one plane.
Yes, only
did this sell any of
We've not heard. We heard that one or two of them.
Let me tell you what made it run into multiple billions of naira. One of the reasons is because apart from the President Bola Tinubu using the plane, Shetima will use, and even I think I've got a report that Akpabio, sometimes also uses one of the presidential fleet. So you want to imagine the cost of maintaining this fleet. Now, it's not bad to maintain a presidential fleet. It's not bad to live large. It's not a bad thing to live the way you so please. But the thing is, can you afford it? So if you look at the cost of Nigeria today, the truth is, can Nigerians afford it? Because this money is not your money. It's not your ancestral inheritance.
But the president said he has enough money.
It is the money that belongs to Nigeria. The president has enough money, but this morning on one of the TV programs on VOP, they were reading it that 619,000 naira 500 is what every Nigeria is owing.
Oh yes, if you go by our latest debt.
So you are owing 619,000.
That is, you are owing the amount of
money. No, you are owing
619,000. Because our current debt now is about 143.
So you are owing 619,000. Me, the truth is, immediately I heard it. You know what I do? And I will advise you guys to do the same. I just called my lawyer. And I just said, make precious my net of you, because my net worth is not even up to 600.
No, me, I just called my lawyer and denounced my citizenship from Nigeria. I'm from Equatorial Guinea now.
Batasa.
Things they happen there.
New kid in the block.
Oh yeah. So have you seen his wife? Oh, just go ahead. Let's face another matter.
So the truth is, it is something that it is very sadly. It shows the wickedness of the people in power. It shows their insensitivity. Goodness me, maybe some of the viewers can help me out. The amount, 19 billion. divide it by 70,000, and that is what Nigerians will use to feed their family. So if you want to imagine 19 billion divided by 70,000 naira, and don't forget that it is from that 70,000 naira that people will feed, that they will clothe themselves, that they will treat themselves. And that's why you see that there's so much poverty and hardship in the land. So all this money that should have been used to create succum for the people, see, they are doing something in US. The president want to be there. Now he's in Saudi Arabia. Why are you truncating all over the place? And the problem is that some of these things, these people want to come to Africa. US want to do US Africa Summit. All the president in Africa will go to US. You 50 something, you go and meet one person.
France want to do too.
You know, France, you will go. Saudi will want to do, you will go. So for me, it is just
sorry for asking, abeg, please. You mentioned Saudi. The president is currently in Saudi for joint Arab Islamic Summit.
We will come to that.
Okay.
You see, now if you look at it, why is this money expensive like that? Every time the president goes, if the president goes to a country and he stays in that country for just a program, I want to believe that they won't ask the president to pay tax. Let's make some in-depth clarity here. For instance, if there's a US Africa Summit and Nigeria's jet lands in the US, I don't think for the purpose of that summit they will build that Nigerian jet any amount of money. I don't want to believe that's the case. I really don't want to, because if you are invited by the president of US, I don't think, I'm not sure, but I stand to be corrected. But what made this money to be so expensive is that some of those trips that are being made, and all these guys, see, they only tell people to, I've told people before as a political scientist that the relationship between those in government and the ordinary citizen is like that of higher and lower animals. You know, the way you will see an ant that is just strolling on the floor, that's the way they see the people. Because in that aeroplane, in those jets, go and look at the quality of wines there. Go and look at it, and what it takes to maintain this jet is maintained more than the life of a living being, a living human being.
Wait, Dr. Diji. You mean say the jets for our federal government?
I said
the private jet, they maintain and pass.
The jet is important to them. The jet is important to them more than the life of you and I. The way they maintain those jets, it could be likened to the way some of our Igbo people, the way they maintain their pets. That they'll say, oh, pet is their child. That's the way it is. The security of that jet is more important to them than the security of ordinary Nigerians.
Hey!
So that's why see that everything, what needs to be changed, what does not need to be changed, will be changed. For instance, if there's a component in that jet that maybe it will expire, to use that word, in 2026, they may have changed it now, November 2024, just to make sure that everything is fine. So, and don't forget, you see, when the Bible said the heart of a man is desperately wicked, I think the man being referred to in the Bible is the politician. Because if you look at it, let us be realistic with ourselves. The jet that we are talking about, that is only the jet. Are you aware? That's only the jet. So feeding, house maintenance, are not there just to maintain a jet. Come on, it is so sad. It shows the greed at the highest level of leadership. Now the problem is that the people that are doing this thing will now come to preach to Nigerians. Now, what is the second problem? The second problem is you are living on the common. Okay, every citizen is owing 619,500 if they spread Nigeria's debt. So it is the money that people are owing, the debt. It is still out of that money that you are maintaining jet for 15 billion. You can imagine the wickedness. You can imagine the heartlessness. But The truth is that some Nigerians don't deserve to be pitied. I only pity those that are genuinely going through pain, not by their own understanding, or I pity the sinner repentant. Sinner repentant in the sense that maybe you were shouting a million, oh, it is a global agenda. You understand? But now, when the pain, to use the word of Burna Boy, it says when the gbedu enter body, but now when the gbedu don't enter your body, you are now a sinner repentant. Maybe I can pity you that, okay, to err is human, to forgive is divine.
So the prodigal child don't retrace his step.
As you trace his step. But those people that, regardless of anything, they just support blindly. And that's why we are here we are today. 19 billion.
All right, so Dr. DJ, understanding
in
that
a
this
poverty
is
economy.
Exactly. Understanding saying Nigeria never get them this difficult before.
Life has never been this
yes,
difficult. Because if I look at when I was young, and I believe that, when you were young too, you would notice that life was so very easy. In fact, I know some big uncles that they will go knack, they knack till they turn themselves to anarchists. They will go and be depositing children with grandmothers.
What do you mean by knack? Like they hit something or something?
Yes, they eat something or something. Yeah, when they eat something or something and it's now produce another thing, they will go and drop it at the grandmother's place. And the grandmother will accept them, they will train them. I know a particular grandmother that the grandchild that was living with her when I was young was about maybe 8 or so. They were living beside our house. And the woman just trained all of them with joy. So now imagine that if that woman is alive and it is in this era of T-Pain, can that really happen?
Which money should you spend anybody?
So see, I think we should give ourselves some political education here. In the sense that somebody will use over 15 billion for only private jets.
19 billion, 19.43 billion.
19.433 billion. And they will still tell you to endure the pain. And some Nigerians are just so, I don't want to use a bad word on my fellow Nigerians because, we belong to the same set. All of us just, they feel the pain. But the truth is, accountability must begin to take place. Sadly, the legislature that's supposed to hold the government accountable is in bed with the government. And that's why you see that nothing is working. Unfortunately, the judiciary is joining them. Because if Wike takes people's land, takes the land of a company and give it to the judiciary, where will you run to? So it's like an elite clique, an elite consensus to keep enjoying themselves, and you have to open your eyes very well as a citizen before you can see that thin line of deceit, before you can realize that you are mainly being used as an instrument. For instance, the fuel subsidy is a scam, and the presidential fleet is too much and all that, not knowing that they are also interested in living that life of luxury. And that was why they sacked Jonathan from office. Buhari didn't sell any of the presidential fleet. Tinubu is there now. Rather than to sell them off, he bought a new one, a big one at that. You know that the plane Tinubu bought is a very big.
It's a luxury one. It's not just big, it's luxury. No. It was designed for high class life. No, because the interior is bad. It was made for a Saudi prince. I know how Saudi prince they like to live their life.
What do you expect from a Lagos boy? Lagos boys knows how to spend.
All right, so Dr. Deji, the point I was trying to drive at a time when, like you said, the president is telling us, to tighten our seatbelts, that these pains that we're enjoying will soon end and all that, and we're, have a near comatose economy, and at a time where private medical practitioners are lamenting that they are getting more dead bodies than patients. In fact, people are saying that. In fact, he even quoted, he said, if this is a systemic way to kill people, to reduce population, let us know. Because Nigerians are dying in droves. Now, at a time like this, is it the best time for the president to still spend this same scarce money to travel for a summit like the Joint Arab Islamic Summit? Of what benefit is such a summit to Nigeria? Where would not spend this scarce money that we don't have on the presidential fleet, on Esther Code, on other expenses that would power this engineer district? Is it the best time for us to do this? Understanding that people are dying. Dr. DG, if you hear this doctor speak, they say human beings are dying. That's what do they call it? Oxygen that used to be 25,000 naira and it went to 100,000. They were shouting during Buhari's administration. It's now about 1.5 million to 2 million naira for oxygen. How many people can afford that? Paracetamol went from 250 naira to 7,000 naira. Paracetamol. People are now self-medicating and dying. So is it the best time for the president to still spend these same scarce resources that they would have put into the health sector, for instance, on a joint Arab-Islamic summit? That we do, what's the benefit of that to us?
Well, the truth is, we fail to realize it, and I think I stand to be corrected. In the history of Nigeria's international relation and diplomacy, Nigeria is usually present in a place where there is something free. Babangida registered Nigeria into the Organization of Islamic Countries because then there were some free goodies there. So anywhere there is free goodies, you see Nigeria there with its begging bowl. And
So
that's why it's obvious. And that's why Nigeria no get enemy. If you look at the history of Nigeria, international relations and diplomacy, tell me one country that Nigeria is going to war with. One on one. Nigeria doesn't have enemy. And Nigeria is always busy scouting for where there's free money. Look at when China was busy distributing money all over the place. The Buhari government allegedly signed a document in Chinese. Tomorrow, if it is Russia that is giving free money, Nigeria will align. If it is US, Nigeria will align. So Nigeria is that country of no taste, no ideology, no principle. Anywhere there is food,
anywhere benefits.
Anywhere benefit, you just see Nigeria there. So that is one major problem. But I think that you going to Saudi Arabia for an Islamic summit, you want to ask yourself, first, is Nigeria an Islamic country? Nigeria is not an Islamic country. Then you need to now weigh the odds. At the way same countries, the way they behave is that, what do you stand to gain in this summit, right? If there is nothing much to gain, if the cost will outweigh the benefit, then you stay back, or you send a delegation that will use commercial flight to go and represent you there. And another thing is that, why is Nigeria not embracing technology? That's one thing we need to consider. Why is Nigeria not embracing technology? Must you attend every summit? Because if you look at it, since Tinubu became president, Tinubu no send anybody. The guy just dey live in life, and that is where I have a problem. In the sense that you are living your life, but you expect Nigerians to sacrifice. That's why when one of my friends told me that, DG, you get this business, we are supposed to be teaching some of these university students. I said, teach key there.
All right, that's
Because
thank you.
What do they want to offer? They are all riding private jet, and look at it. Lecturers are not being well paid. Doctors are not being well paid. It is only the judiciary.
Even the security agencies
You can see that.
well
You see, let me just give you advice. If you are watching me, if you are the type that support politicians blindly, you are in NYSC. What does that mean? Now your struggle continues.
Yeah.
When the graduate enter body,
All right, thank you so much, Dr. Deja. I appreciate you. Thank you very much for joining us. Thank you for also joining us. Kindly drop your comments under, subscribe, and of course, like. Turn on the notification button. I appreciate you. Thank you.